Grace and peace, family and friends, and to all my brothers and sisters who may be tuning into this video this morning. I say good morning to you. I pray you slept well. Happy Thanksgiving Day. This is another day that the Lord has made. We owe it to him to rejoice and be glad in it, no matter what our day or this very day may bring into our lives. We give his name all the honor, glory, and praise for his goodness, for his grace, and for his mercy on us and towards us each and every single day. Again, this is Reverend Sanford Dickerson Jr. bringing you the Victorious Life Word for today. And the Victorious Life Word for this day on this Thanksgiving Day is having an attitude of gratitude. Having an attitude of gratitude. Luke 17, verses 11 to 17 says this. Now it happened as he went to Jerusalem that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. Then as he entered a certain village, there met him 10 men who were lepers, who stood afar off. And they lifted up their voices and said, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. So when he saw them, he said to them, Go show yourselves to the priests. And so it was that as they went, they were cleansed. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, returned with a loud voice glorifying God, and fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks. And he was a Samaritan. So Jesus answered and said, Were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? Were there not any found who returned to give glory to God except this foreigner? And he said to him, Arise, go your way, your faith has made you well. My brothers, sisters, family, friends, one of the biggest challenges facing the people of God today, other than keeping sin out of our lives and guarding our hearts against doubt and unbelief, is trusting God to protect, to lead, to guide, and to direct our lives, and being thankful to him as he goes about doing it. Instead of being thankful and grateful for what he has done and is doing in our lives, we have the tendency, my brothers and sisters, to still complain and worry about things that are not in our control. We have been taught from birth by our mamas to say please and thank you when someone does something nice, gives you something, or says something nice to you. But now, in this 21st century, we have become thankless and an ungrateful people for the great things that God has done in our lives. We ourselves often don't realize, my brothers and sisters, how blessed we are or how thankful we ought to be until what we have is threatened to be taken away. It is good and fitting that as Christians, we ought to be celebrating Thanksgiving, for God has certainly been very good to every single one of us. In our text, you'll find that the 10 lepers were seeking healing from the Lord. However, they stood at a distance. They were unclean and were cast out and ostracized by their families, friends, and their community. They asked Jesus to have mercy on them. Jesus, because he's Jesus, has compassion on them or for them. He tells them to go show themselves to the priests. He don't claim them healed. He don't lay hands on them. He just tells them to go show themselves to the priests. Priests in those days were the only ones who can declare someone clean or unclean. The 10 lepers are healed. As they went, they all got healed. They obeyed what Jesus told them to do. They did not argue with him. They stepped out on faith. And so one evidently recognized that he was healed and came back to Jesus. And Jesus asked about the other 9. Wasn't there 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? There were none found to give thanks. Jesus tells the one who gave thanks, his faith has made him well. My brothers and sisters, family and friends, question: do you have an attitude of gratitude? Are you thankful for what the Lord has done in your life? Like that one thankful leopard? Or are you like the ungrateful 9 who never gave thanks? When was the last time you thanked God for what he has done in your life? How many times have you asked God to move on your behalf, and when he answered your prayer, you forgot to thank him? Could it be one of the reasons why you are not seeing your prayers answered on a regular basis due to your lack of thanking him for what he has already done? In our text that I just read to you, 10 lepers came to Jesus and asked him to have mercy on them. In other words, they came to Jesus for healing. Jesus tells them to go and show themselves to the priest. As they went on their way to see the priest, they were all healed. However, only one noticed that something happened and returned to give thanks and praise to God. When was the last time, my brothers and sisters, you took notice for the great things God has done and is doing in your life? Have you noticed just how good he has been to you? Or are you like the 9 lepers who didn't even notice at all? The text says he fell on his face and glorified Jesus with a loud voice, which signifies just how grateful he was to Jesus for healing him. Whenever you have true and genuine attitude of gratitude, my brothers and sisters, you are not shy or quiet about your thanks and praise to God. However, none of the other 9 lepers who also were healed, neither one of them ever turned to tell Jesus, thank you. The biblical scholars then and even now debate among themselves various possible reasons why the other 9 did not return to give thanks to Jesus. I, too, my brothers and sisters, have some possible suggestions why they never returned to give him thanks, even if they did notice. One thought that Jesus had nothing to do with it. One thought it was no big deal. One thought he was never a leopard in the first place. One thought it was what he was supposed to do. One thought he just didn't have time to go back. And one thought he healed himself because he was different. One just never thought to do so. And one never realized he was healed. And one was disgruntled because Jesus didn't lay hands on him directly. We all have, like the 9 lepers, my brothers and sisters, have taken God for granted. And for whatever reason, forget to give him thanks and praise for what he has done and is doing in our lives. We too, at times, become too busy or too caught up in ourselves and all of the other things that are going on in our lives, which causes us to lose focus and not notice the grace, the mercy, the goodness of God, and forget to just give him thanks and praise for what he's already done in our lives. Do I have a witness? When we take God for granted, my brothers and sisters, and neglect to give him thanks, we are in essence acting as representatives of the ungrateful 9 lepers, when instead we complain, we get disappointed, we worry, we're jealous, we're dissatisfied, we're selfish, arrogant of Jesus's or God's blessings. We take him for granted when we are self-absorbed. Like the ungrateful 9 lepers, my brothers and sisters, we have the tendency to not thank God for what he has already done and is doing in our lives. And when we only give him thanks for the big things he has done, not realizing we need to just thank him for just waking us up this morning, being able to bathe ourselves, being able to brush our teeth, being able to dress ourselves, being able to feed ourselves, being able to walk, being able to talk. He has for what? Thanking him for putting a roof over our heads, food on our tables, clothes on our back, breath in our nostrils, giving us the activity of our limbs, and having us in our right minds. And how about for the very car that we drive, whether it is a hoopty or a Benz, for the job we have, even though we may not like the job that we have. We can all learn a lesson from the grateful leopard who had an attitude of gratitude. For when we have an attitude of gratitude, my brothers and sisters, it becomes an easy thing to give God thanks and praise for what he has done in our lives. When you have an attitude of gratitude, you don't have many pity parties, because you know deep down in your spirit, in spite of what is going on in your life, if it had not been for the Lord who's been on your side, where would we be? For when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he has done for me, you fill in the blank. For in spite of what is happening, God is on my side. He is on your side. For he will make a way out of no way. For there is nothing too hard for the Lord. I thank him for saving me, healing me, me from the top of my head to the sole of my very feet, in spite of what the doctor has said. I thank him that all my needs are met according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. I thank him that my bills are paid and I am debt-free, calling those things that be not as though they were. I thank him that I am the head and not the tail, that I am above and not beneath, that I am the lender and not the borrower. I thank him that I'm blessed coming in and blessed going out. I thank him that I'm blessed when I lay down and blessed when I rise up. I thank him that I'm blessed in the city as well as in the field. I thank him that I'm more than a conqueror through him that loves me, I thank him that as he is, so am I here on earth. I thank him that he is my very present help in a time of need and trouble. I thank him that no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every word that rises against me he shall condemn. I thank him that I don't have to fear man or what he can do. I thank him that goodness and mercy follows me all the days of my life, and when it's all said and done, I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I thank him that when the enemy comes in, like a flood, the Lord will raise a standard against him. My family and friends, brothers and sisters, an attitude of gratitude is having a heart of thanksgiving. An attitude of gratitude is a heart that gives thanks in everything. An attitude of gratitude is a heart that knows to give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endures forever. Further study of this text, my brothers and sisters, reveals that not only did the grateful leopard physically get healed, he also got spiritually healed. However, the other 9 got physically healed, but their hearts remained sick. And they did not have what? An attitude of gratitude. They were unthankful, ungrateful for what the Lord has done in their lives. My brothers and sisters, family, and friends, we must be careful. We must be on guard. We must always practice to have an attitude of gratitude, not just today, not just tomorrow, not when the Lord does something big for us, not when he does something small for us, but every single day, every second of the day, every hour of the day, every chance you get, every moment, for everything that's happened in your life. What's going on with you now, what's going on for you in the past, what's going to go on with you in the future. We need to have an attitude of gratitude, for he's the only one who can bless us. He's the only one who's with us. God is leads and directs us and keeps us and turn things out for our favor. He's the only one that keeps us, guides us, and leads us. And without him, we could do absolutely positively nothing. For if it had not been for the Lord who's been on our side, my brothers and sisters, where would we be today, this morning? My brothers and sisters, family, friends, do your best to always have an attitude of gratitude. God bless you. Thanks for tuning into this video. I pray this message has blessed you, has encouraged you, has uplifted you on this Thanksgiving Day. We have so much to be thankful for. We should always be thankful each and every day. But we know around this time of season, this day represents a day that we take time out, purposely take time out, and take some time and give thanks to God for his goodness, for his grace, and for his mercy, and how he's blessed us, how he's kept us as we gather around the table with our families, and being so thankful for how he's blessed us, how he's kept us, how he's gotten us through and is getting us through this pandemic. and everything else that we may be dealing with in our lives, how grateful we are for him getting us through this and getting us through that, and how he sustained us and he kept us, healed us, delivered us, and set us free, and even keeping us while we may have, some of us may have lost our jobs, and yet he's meeting and supplying all our needs. And he's just an awesome God, and he's blessing us and keeping us. We owe him thanks. And so we need to have an attitude of gratitude always for the things he has done, is doing, and will be doing in our lives. So thank you for tuning in. I pray again that this blessed you and has encouraged you to, you have something to think about and remember as you go throughout your day with your families, remembering to be thankful for his goodness and for his grace and for his mercy, for all that he's done, having an attitude of gratitude. Remember this, my brothers and sisters, family, friends, all things are possible to him, the hurt of those in the believe. Why? Because there's absolutely, positively nothing too hard for the Lord. Never stop praying, never stop believing, never, ever give up. Why? Because your healing and your deliverance and your miracle is on its way as long as we keep trusting him, believing in him, having confidence in him, assurance in him, and having faith in him that he will bring it to pass. You have a great day. You have a blessed day. You have a wonderful day. Remember this, Jesus loves you, and so do I very, very much. Again, enjoy your day. Enjoy this wonderful Thanksgiving day with your families. Again, as you celebrate, please practice your social distancing and continue to wear your mask at all times, no matter where you are, no matter where you're going, even while you're amongst your family. It's important that we, do our best to wear our masks and practice our social distancing, even though we're celebrating Thanksgiving, even though we're amongst our own family, we still need to practice to the best of our ability to protect ourselves. And then as this day go over, continue to do that each and every day, and we will get through this pandemic. And if you're traveling, please be safe. I pray that you have safe traveling mercies. And anyone who's going through bereavement at this time, I'm praying for you, for your comfort and for your strength. For I know that most of you out there who are going through bereavement at this very time may be facing, this is a first Thanksgiving without that loved one. And soon Christmas is coming up and you'll be without that loved one. So I'm praying for you. I'm praying for all those who lost loved ones during this pandemic, because of this pandemic, because of COVID. And now that person's not here. And so anyway, I'm praying for you. I pray the Lord strengthens you, comforts you, gives you peace, gives you comfort amongst your other family members as you celebrate Thanksgiving Day today. I know it's not going to be easy for you, but at the same time, I pray that you can reflect on your loved one, have some memories, some laughs, of past time, past Thanksgiving days, and somehow, some way that you would, your heart will be cheerful. You can get comfort and strength through it as you reflect on your loved one, as you celebrate Thanksgiving Day. God bless you. I pray you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and continue to trust the Lord and continue to have an attitude of gratitude as the Lord blesses you this day as you sit around the table with your families, those you are able to sit around with, and that you just have an awesome, awesome time today, remembering the Lord and thanking him for all his goodness, for all his grace, and for all his mercy towards you and our families. God bless you. You have a great day. Be safe out there, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. God bless you.